Hi, it's Etharal here, and today we are starting with a new Let's Play series of the Warhammer Total Wargame, where I'm going to be playing as the Empire and seeing how this one goes for us.
The green-skin threat is extinguished, sire. Yet the fight to secure your rule has only just begun. The Empire is beset by civil war once more. Secessionists hostile to your election as Emperor are trying to form a breakaway province to the south. Advance, crush them, and bring the lands back to your sovereign rule. To the north, Boris Todbringer of Middenheim, a bitter rival in the recent election, is openly hostile. A clash with Todbringer and the wolves of Middenland may well be unavoidable if you wish to unify the Empire. Plan for this eventuality. The Empire has ever been besieged by foes, but you are a prince of Altdorf. Greatness runs in your very blood. Make the Heldenhammer proud.
Now, the Total Wargames, these are ideally suited for the Warhammer setting. Big battles of the mythical creatures all clashing together to try and take over the world and rule it, or to just survive most of the time, actually, when it comes to things like the dwarves and the elves, which the elves unfortunately aren't yet in this game. But here we are going to play as the Empire and the humans, try and see how far we get. I'm going to mainly, though, focus on the battles and show you some of my strategies and talk you through my plans of what it is that I'm trying to do in each battle to be able to progress my Empire in this campaign game. We are playing on normal, so we're not going for anything too difficult. I'm more wanting to focus on my intention for the tactics throughout this whole game. So here we are just trying to unify our province. Provinces are something that they have kept over from the Rome Total War 2 game, which very nice way to do it. Helps with management of the actual provinces and just makes things flow a little bit nicer. I find on the campaign map gives it a little bit more detail. So here we have intended deliberately to have the secessionists attack us. That way we can set up a nice perimeter and battle line to be able to hold them in place, and then be able to see exactly what we can do with grinding them down, with Karl Franz particularly a good character to start off with. So my plan basically is going to be to establish a very strong battle line, which will hopefully link all these forces together, and then they will be able to just hold off the main brunt of their attack, while our crossbow and handgunners move up onto this hill, get a bit of leverage against them to be able to pick out their forces. And then once we've got everything all engaged, nice simple maneuver of having the Reichsguard knights come in behind them and smash into the back and sides of their forces, which we should find will remove them as a threat very quickly. Here, as they are coming into range, what we're going to do, though, is we are going to move our forces along, as they are going to try and pick off our guys and weaken down our melee units, which is not something that we want to allow. You can likely just see there what I'm doing is moving my Reichsguard around to aim to hit these spearmen in the flank. Spearmen are not something you want to try and obviously take on head on with cavalry. That will not go well, to say the least. Big wall of spikes that are very far away from the unit. You can probably guess how that is going to go. However, they do thankfully break under the attacks of both of our guys, ranged units here, and they are now getting out of there. It's not worth it trying to get up that hill, and we are going to effectively remove the threat of their ranged infantry with our cavalry coming in and removing those out of play. Now you can see the forces are guys, Karl Franz taking a massive swing out of the enemies, sending many people flying, which is always nice. Here we're now, having picked off the crossbowmen, are actual central infantry block has been holding strong against theirs, and therefore the Reiksguard Knights do a quick wheel around and return into the fray. They are particularly good at shock tactics of charging into units, so we are going to basically have them come in and then, such as that, have them hit into the side of these units and really cause a lot of damage. So there we go. We have managed to wipe these guys out. Very much a decisive victory. No difficulty there. We have lost not anywhere near as many men as them. They lost 3 guys for every one of ours. So we're in a nice strong position there. And from the end of the turn as well, we have managed to recruit another 3 units to put ourselves into a very good position there. I'm just going to skip over that battle there with auto-resolving it, and there was a good bit of damage done to them as well. And with them having been supported by their actual city, that does mean that now their city is pretty much just ours for the taking. Here you can see we are getting options to be able to improve the actual Karl Franz heroes. They do fight, they level up and get new experience, so we're going to stick him on a warhorse just to be able to get him to move around the battlefield a little bit easier, get him to where he might need to be. Won't show you that battle there for the actual taking of this city. It's needless to say that it went very, very easily. They did not have the forces. They basically only killed a small number of our guys. Here, skipping forward though, the actual Ulfrics, not Ulfrics, Middenheim, people that, if anybody has been watching my Crusader Kings 2 series, will recognise they have been supporting the secessionists against Karl Franz rule, and so we are going to have to try and convince them not to. Here you can see that we are in a position to be able to ambush these guys and really, really do a good bit of damage to them before they know what's hit them. So we are going to, as first started by looking at having these crossbowmen as far forward as possible, but then looking into it, I've realised that because of their range, we don't want to have them too close, as then the melee guys will get time to get into our forces a lot quicker before we can actually do anything to attack them and really do a good bit of damage with our range forces. So decide to pull our battle line back a little bit, gives us a bit more time to be able to react, and they do, however, have some siege equipment out down at the back, so I've again moved my Reiksguard to one of the flanks with the intention of yet again moving them around to take out guys, but rather than having them take out any melee units, we are going to mainly have them focus on trying to neutralise those siege equipment, the 3 units of them, I believe it was there, as quickly as possible. At least that's the intention. They will hopefully be able to be effective at that and remove them very quickly. Siege units, generally, if you can get them into melee in these games, they're going to fall apart very, very quickly. Same as if you to say play the board game of this, if anybody has ever played the tabletop version, something I've got many, many hours experience in doing that one with reasonable success. As you'll see here, some of my tactics, though, not brilliant, and I have had some slight issues with overestimating some things. So here, as you can see, the Reiksguard Knights have moved in, and again, as I predicted, they neutralised that siege equipment very, very quickly there. So they are not really going to be a threat now in this battle. However, in the space of doing all of that with skipping forward and jumping forward regularly, actually, I have lost sight of some things, and our ranged units have been charged by their infantry, which is not what we wanted. Ideally, what we should have tried to do was hit them as much with the ranged infantry, with the crossbowmen, take out a good few guys as they were getting close, and then pulled the crossbowmen and handgunners back, and then moved our line of swordsmen, spearmen, and halberdiers in to where the crossbowmen were, to then be able to hold on to them. Here as well, you can see there has been a slight problem, which partially good, is that they have actually turned 2 of their infantry units to actually turn around and try and take out these Reichsguard knights, which has had the added benefit that there is less of their guys to move into our front. However, because I did get then distracted by doing this, and setting all of our battle lineup, what that has meant is we have let their melee guys get a little bit too close to our cavalry. Being shock cavalry, this is not something we want. We don't want to get them bogged down. They need to be coming in, hitting heavily, and then getting back out. Here, trying to pull them away. Unfortunately, for some reason, the computer was just having an absolute fit here, decided that they were going to walk away no matter what I tried to do here. You can see I'm regularly clicking. It finally managed to get them to actually move away from the melee forces and to be able to actually begin attacking them, or well, to be able to get them away, to be able to turn them around and re-attack. There you can see they have set up some of their siege equipment, which is less than ideal, but we have forced back a lot of their infantry line, and with a lot of their infantry line having been forced back, we can move in to take flanks of the units that are still going and be able to commit some more melee forces and such to be able to move forward to take out that siege. As if we do start getting hammered by those siege engines, we're going to start seeing a lot of damage on our forces, and that's not something that we want to be doing. We want to minimise that as much as possible. And there we go, as an announcement has just popped up on the screen. Ambush gone reasonably successfully. We've managed to take out a lot of Todbridge forces. Here again, though you can see the Reichsguards, they are determined to try and get the Reichsguards down, and so we are going to have to return in kind with them. But as we have been doing this, we have caused a lot of damage to their guys. You can see the chance of our victory is regularly increasing with them pretty much just all in flight now. But the secessionists have came and pretty much around to actually meet up with the Middenheim forces, or Middenland forces even. Middenheim is the capital of Middenland. I always get the two confused. They are going to be starting moving up, so we need to get our battle lines redrawn up, ready, so that way when these secessionist forces do come into play, we are going to be forming up another line, maybe even be able to try another sneak attack. Not sure how that one will go, as the Todbringer forces are aware that we are here, so we have lost a certain element of surprise in that one, but it could go okay. We are in a reasonable sense in the forest. We are out of sight a little bit. We're inside cover, so these secessionist forces should be able to be fought back with relative ease. We're just waiting here, seeing how everything's going. We wanted to pull them in as close to us as possible. We don't want to tire out our guys by attacking them too early, and we want to be able to get them right up against the crossbow forces to then be able to begin peppering them and bring down their numbers. As there we go, you can see the first volley has slammed into the front of their infantry, so they're going to be aware that we are here. But now they will have the long slog trying to get through our forces, and then they're going to have still the battle line of the melee units, which is still in relative good shape. There is a few of them that are looking at about half strength or 2/3 strength, but generally they are still in a position to be able to hold their own in the fight, especially with Karl Franz. If Karl Franz is going to go into any fight, he is going to really be a winning trump card for us. Being on the warhorse as well now, he will be able to come in and out as needed, which is something we will keep a track of. Although here, just moving over to our right flank, these crossbowmen are trying to take out some of our guys, so we are going to move, there we go, the Reichsguard Knights right into the front of them. They move fast enough that that's not really too much of a concern of us having to worry about them taking us out or anything like that. Here we do have another new interesting unit, which, well, not new for anybody who's played the games in, well, the actual tabletop game, the Pistoliers, which are cavalry ranged units. They are something that are a particular nuisance. They can move very quickly, they can get around behind your forces, and then they can shoot at you. If you turn to try and actually get them back, they're just going to pull back and out of the way. So they are somebody who's going to be a big problem for us, as we don't have very much cavalry. And our Reichsguards are currently on the other side of the battle. They do, however, they haven't taken down the crossbowmen. We are going to get these Reichsguard knights to chase them down. If we don't catch them, then that's not the end of the world. If we don't catch them, at the very least, they are out of the way of our melee units and in effect neutralized. So that could be an awful lot worse. Here you can see that the scales of this battle have very much tipped. Well, not even tipped. It was always going to realistically probably go this way, but here we have managed to take out all of their guys. So that is the first couple of battles that we have done here, and we're a good sort of few turns in as a turn-based game in the campaign map. So I'm going to leave it there for today, and then we will pick this up from turn 6 in the next game. I believe actually turn 6 possibly might skip ahead a few if nothing major happens, and then we will pick up where we left off and we will continue with this game. So thank you very much for watching. I've been Etharal here for EGN. Please do be sure to subscribe if you do enjoy the series, and obviously you will get then your notifications for when new episodes do come out.